guest speaker this evening, Ms. Rhonda Ross.
Diana Ross's daughter.
Guiding your mind to a higher degree is not always easy to do, but if you try to, the power's inside you. If you can command it, then nothing can stand in your way. It ain't nobody's job to make you happy, nobody's job to pull you through. Ain't nobody born to give you sunshine that lights inside of you. Ain't nobody gonna seek your freedom. Your heart will lead you through. You're the one to choose how you're feeling. Ain't nobody's business if you do. Ain't nobody's business if you do. Ain't nobody's business if you do. Did y'all hear that? It's nobody's business. We're going to talk about that power that's inside you real quick. But before we do, I want to welcome and congratulate the class of 2018. And to the parents and caregivers of the class of 2018. And the faculty and staff of Wagner. What a joyous occasion to be here today. Congratulations, graduates. You did it. You did it. You did the research, you passed the test, you did the homework, you did it, and you're done. You are moving on to high school and beyond. And thank goodness, not a moment too soon, because we need you. We need you. We need your thoughts and your ideas. We need you. You matter. What you know matters. How you see the world, your perspective, your particular take, it matters. So, someone said earlier, in school you do the lesson and then take the test, and in life you have the test and then learn the lesson. That's what we need. It's no longer about memorizing and researching to pass and get a grade. Now it's time for you all to take what you've learned here, how to pass, how to study, how to research, how to write, and put your ideas in order. It's time to take all of that and go out and learn from life. Because once you start learning from life, you can affect the world. And we need you to affect this world. Everybody has the same 24 hours in a day. Every single one of us has the same 24 hours in a day. The ones who are affecting the world are the ones that spend as much of those 24 hours as possible learning. Do you know how much you can learn in 24 hours? Do you know how much of the world you can affect in 24 hours? I do my best to learn every day. Every single day. There's not a day that I'm not learning, actively learning. It's how I live my life. It's how I'm raising my 8-year-old son. And I want to share with you 3 things that I do to learn and grow every day so that I can affect this world as positively as I know how. The first thing is I'm always curious. I ask a whole bunch of questions. The second thing is I learn from every situation, no matter what. And the third thing is that I know that there is nothing outside of me. There's nothing outside of what I can know and what I have the ability to learn and understand. And all of those 3 go for every single person in this room. So let's start with the first one. Be curious. There's so much out there to know, how things work, what people do, their backgrounds, their beliefs. The people you know the things that you want to know. Ask them about it. And if they don't know, I can promise you they know people who do know. So ask, be curious. I ask everyone about everything. Strangers on planes, taxi drivers, people sitting in restaurants and subways. I'm asking all the time. Oh, really? Where are you from? What do you do? What do your kids do? Everything. My mother always says to me, Rhonda, you never meet a stranger. Because I don't. I meet people and we start talking. Even just last week, I was on a plane to Los Angeles. And out of nowhere, I hear my 8-year-old boy ask a stranger. He says, why do you have so much Marvel stuff? And I turned around, and this grown man had a Marvel backpack, Marvel comics, and a Marvel belt. And he said, because I'm a Marvel expert. And we talked for the whole flight and learned so much. We learned so much. For instance, I learned that Black Panther, the movie, was not based after Black Panther, the party. See, didn't know that. Didn't know that. Now I do. The character was created in 1963. The party was created in 1965. Okay. So I'm always curious. Just about 4 or 5 days later, we were out in Los Angeles. I had put my boy in surfing camp. And it was a drop-off camp. Parents weren't supposed to stay, but I decided I was going to. And so as I walked up, I see another parent, a mother, sitting there watching her kid in surf camp. And I started asking her questions, and we started to talk. And it was the most amazing hour-long conversation, because about halfway through it, we realized we saw some of life in the same exact way. And we realized that there are some things going on in current events right now that were intolerable to us. And we came up with a marketing plan, a social media viral marketing plan. I decided I was going to write a song about it. I went home and wrote the song in 24 hours, and who knows what is going to happen with that song and that social media market plan that we came up with, just because I was curious and asked her some questions on the beach. So you never, ever know where those questions will lead you, how they will enlighten you and change your life, how they will teach you and allow you to affect the world. Number 2, learn from every situation. And yes, that is every situation. Even the ones that aren't pleasant, even the ones that you wouldn't have chosen if you had the choice. I had something happen to me some years ago. I'm a singer-songwriter, like like Mr. Eldridge mentioned. And I was meeting an icon, an incredible singer-songwriter from the 1970s, and people had told me, oh, you've got to meet her, she's going to love you. You're doing today what she was doing in the 70s. Oh, she's going to want to write with you. Oh, she's going to want to produce you. She's going to want to mentor you. She is going to love you. I'm so glad you get a chance to meet her. And I walked into her studio, and she was just as kind as can be and offered me a glass of water, and we sat down, and I said, did you see the footage I sent you of me in concert and the songs that I've written? And she said, I did. And I don't get it. So I said, I'm sorry, what was that? But it was a hard moment for me. It was painful, it was embarrassing, it was discouraging. But I thanked her, because I said, you know, I think a lot of people aren't getting it the way I want them to get it. And I appreciate you giving me the honest truth. And I went home and I had to ask myself, I wonder why she's not getting it. What am I not showing? What am I not doing that she, and I believe others, aren't getting it? Let me think through this. What ways am I not sharing my authentic, true, organic self, that she's missing it, that it's getting lost in translation somewhere? And within 24 hours, I had changed and discovered so many things about myself that I could improve. Ways that I communicate, ways that I present myself on the stage, ways that I write my songs, ways that I collaborate. There's so ways that I I market myself. There was so much room for improvement. And I left her a message that night, and I said, I appreciate you, because you didn't have to do that. You could have said, oh, Rhonda, you're so fabulous, and kept it moving. But you didn't. You were honest with me, and it's changed my life. So I say to you graduates, learn from every situation. They may not be comfortable. They might hurt your ego or your feelings, but learn from it. Take it. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It means you can turn anything into a positive. I heard someone say the other day, breakdowns can be breakthroughs if you know how to handle them right? So that's number 2. Learn from every situation. And number 3, know that nothing is outside of you. There is absolutely nothing you can't learn. There is nothing you can't be. There is nothing you can't do. Not one person in here. There is nothing. So dream it and dream it big, and then go for it. No matter if you've never done it before, no matter if it's outside of what you've studied or what your family knows, any of that. I've been in the arts all of my life, and about 13 years ago, I realized I needed a change. I wanted to go into business. I wanted to have some different forms of income coming in. I wanted to have some more consistency of income. And I went into real estate. I knew nothing about it, but I knew there was nothing that I couldn't know. There was nothing I couldn't learn. I read books. I asked a lot of questions. I studied. This is the information age. You can find out anything you want. Libraries, computers, phones. And I did. And I studied. And within a couple years, not only had I gotten my real estate license, but I opened my own real estate brokerage. And I still have it to this day, despite the fact that I've gone back to my music and focus on that full time. I have this brokerage that I will always have. I have income that I will always have, and I have knowledge that I will always have, because I knew that there was nothing outside of me. There was nothing that I couldn't know if I put my mind to it. So I say to you, ask a lot of questions, be curious, learn from every situation, no matter how uncomfortable, and know that nothing is beyond you. And learn, and then affect the world, because we are waiting on you. We are waiting on you to come and fix this, please. We need you. You matter. Each and every one of you matters. That light's inside of you. That light's inside of you. That light's inside of you. We need you. Thank you.